Hey everybody, so earlier today Brian Grant put up a video talking about basically what is like one of the biggest flaws around the game today. And for context of what I'm going to be talking about in this video, go watch his video. If somehow you've heard of me but haven't heard of him, I don't know where you've been. But yeah, anyway, this video is basically just my thoughts off of what he said and kind of addressing the same issue. This video is extremely impromptu. I was not planning to record a video tonight. I've got homework I should be doing and preparing to go to class tomorrow, but I needed to talk about this because it is a big issue and I have a few points I want to talk about. So this video is going to be a little scattered. I'm not really organized. I have a few notes off to the side here that I want to address, but I don't really have I'm just not gathered. My thoughts are not gathered at the moment. So this is going to be really scrambled, but hopefully this makes sense. So to stop me from blabbering for a little while here, let's just get right into it. Brian Grant was talking about what is, like I said, basically the biggest issue, the biggest flaw in this game, and it's been a thing that's been around since the beginning of the game, but it's only become an issue, I would say, as time has gone on, and now that we're over 6 years into this game, it's at its worst, and that is the randomness and the of getting champions and the unreliability of being able to get certain champions, if that makes sense. Essentially, what Brian was talking about in his video was the fact that it's really, really difficult to target certain champions today. Specifically, he was talking about featured 6-star characters. Now, he's at a level of in the game that I am not. I am, if you don't know me, I am super, super casual player. I'm not a high tier player by any means. I love this game to death, but I'm not that kind of player. So his problems are a little bit different than mine, but I think they still apply. He was talking about the fact that it's really hard to get excited for the new champions that are coming out because it's either very difficult to get them right at the beginning, or you have to wait a long time to even have just a decent chance at getting them. And that is the key word there, is chance. Nowadays, when it comes to things like the arena and stuff like that, it is crazy difficult to get featured champions out of there. Just any tier, really, because you got to put up crazy amount of points, and it is basically, it's a 3-day effort. Like, it's that is your 3 days. That is one of, I think, the biggest challenges at this point. But Brian Grant was talking about was the fact that with 6-star featured characters, it takes so long for you to actually have a decent chance at getting the champion that it's just really hard to get excited for them. So the way that the featured 6-stars come out is when they originally come out, you can buy featured Cavalier crystals and again have a very slim chance at getting a featured 6-star champion. And if you don't get them then you gotta wait. What is it? It's like 6 months or something like that to then have them come into a featured 6-star crystal. The example Brian was using was Immortal Abomination. Came out in November, is going to be coming out, I think he estimated he'll be coming into the featured crystals in March. So that's what, December, January, February, March. So 4 months. I was a little overestimating there, but 4 months before you have just a decent chance at getting that champion. So if you want to target a champion, say, again, Immortal Abomination, we'll continue with that example, you have to save all your shards for 4 months just to have a chance at getting that character. And you might not get them. And as Brian was pointing out, there's certain champions that need to be awakened in order to be good, so you could also run into the issue of you'll get the champion, but you won't get them awakened. So then you just wasted a whole bunch of shards and, you didn't get what you wanted. Basically, this is the whole point here, is you're not getting what you want. And that just kind of spans with all the crystals all around. Now, I've been playing this game for a very, very long time. I started playing the game at the end of 2014. To give you guys context of that, for those of you who are newer to the game, when I started playing, Electro, Rocket Raccoon, and OG Captain Marvel were brand new to the game. That's how long I've been playing. I could basically count the number of characters in the game on my fingers and toes. Like, that's just how few characters there were at the time and how long I've been playing. So this system of randomly opening crystals and a random chance at getting a character worked back then because it was only a pool of, 30 to 40 champions, whatever it was at the start. And, that's okay. You had a fairly decent chance at getting the character you wanted. But nowadays, we're going up to almost 200 characters in the game. That's ridiculous. So spinning a crystal and trying to target one champion out of almost 200 champions, the odds of you getting that specific champion in the specific tier that you want, it's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's so hard to do that. And as Brian Grant was saying, Arena is a way that you can target these champions, but then there's currently not a 6-star featured arena. That was kind of the main target of his video, was basically wanting some sort of like featured or 6-star featured arena or some sort of alternative, but then also addressing that, like the featured 5-star arenas, you gotta put up a crazy amount of points these days, and it's only the top so many 100 people actually get the champion. It's not even guaranteed, kind of thing. But basically what my issue is just, again, it's so hard to target certain champions. So an example I kind of wanted to give, again, I'm a little scattered in my thoughts here, so bear with me. Some examples I wanted to show you. So I've got my phone here with the game loaded up, and I'm looking at specifically just the 4-star champions that I don't have. To name some really old characters. Wow, I just spotted another one I didn't even realize. Characters I am still missing as 4-star champions, and I have been playing again since the end of 2014. Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, original Iron Man, an original character to the game, I still don't have on a 6-year-old account. Iron Patriot. Who else is on here? I mean, I know Ronan, Rhino, and Cyclops are exclusive champions, but then you've got like Sabretooth, who came out in 2017, I believe. Sentinel came out at the same time as well. Thor Jane Foster, Yondu, Vulture, characters that have been around for years, and I don't even have them as a 4-star. So how the hell am I supposed to get him as a 5 or 6-star by chance? And I mean, one character in particular I want to highlight that I don't have on my main account is Ghost. A character who a lot of people argue is kind of like a cheat code to the game. She's a god in the game and whatnot. I have her as a 3-star on my 6-year-old account, and that's it. I don't have a 4-star. I don't have a 5-star. No way in hell I have a 6-star. So with these characters who are essentially key to the game, and like you need these characters to just complete certain challenges and whatnot, like some people just get flat out screwed by the system. Looking at other characters I don't have Archangel. I know Blade isn't as good as he used to be, or isn't as wanted as he used to be, but I don't have Blade. Just these characters who have been around for a really long time, who have been keys to completing certain aspects of the game. If you don't have that character, you're screwed, and there's no good way to target said champion. An example, a really, really good example, honestly, very recent example as well, going back to Brian Grant, is his struggle to get a 5-star Aegon. He spent thousands and thousands and thousands of 5-star shards on specifically those dual class crystals, because I'll admit the dual class crystals are a step in the right direction. They do narrow down the field, and you can, it's a smaller pool, still pretty big pool, but a smaller pool than what it is. But even still, spent thousands and thousands and thousands of shards and never got Aegon. Now, before you correct me in the comments, yes, I know he did get an Aegon, but it wasn't from the dual class crystal. It was from, what was it, Dungeons crystal. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The Dungeons crystals. Like, he still, spent hundreds of thousands of 5-star shards, basically, is the point. And he never got the one champion he was targeting. So, if that's something that can happen, what's the point of opening, like, basic 5-star crystals trying to target one champion if you can't, get a champion from a crystal that has a third of the overall champions. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But that is just, again, it's just, that is the biggest flaw to this game. Like I said, it worked when there was a smaller pool of champions, but nowadays that doesn't work with 200 champions. And as I said before, yeah, people are saving for months and months and months to, spin for a specific 5 or 6 star champion or whatever, and they never get them. And if you're like me, I'm not someone who can spend oodles of money, spinning featured crystals and whatnot, Grandmaster Cavalier, whatever. I can't afford to do that. So if that's the best way to get a character, that's not great. I mean, from a business point of view, sure, you're going to make a crap ton of money, but from a game point of view, that doesn't really work. Like I said before, there are certain champions that are a key to just progressing in this game. And getting a good champion can make or break your game. Like, getting a god tier champion can be game changing. Now, another good example of this, for myself, actually, here, let me swap, over my filters here. As I've said, you're gonna hear me say it a bunch of times, I am a super casual player. I love this game to pieces, but I cannot spend hours a day grinding this game. And in the 3 years that 6-star champions have been out, on my main account, I've gotten 1 6-star. And that was just earlier this year, beginning of January. Getting a good 6-star could have been game-changing for me. If I got someone like an Aegon or a Dr. Doom, or even just someone who was half decent, that would have been game-changing for me. Would have allowed me to get over this kind of speed bump I've hit now for, honestly, a couple years in my progression in the game, just because I'm not able to spend as much time on the game. So getting a good champion could have been game-changing. If you don't already know, instead of a good character, that's what I got. It's a little blurry, but you can pretty much make him out. That is a 6-star trash can, I'm going to call him, officially known as War Machine. But that is a 6-star trash can. So I traded 10,000 6-star shards that I've been saving for basically 3 years, and I now have a thing that sits on my shelf. And basically what this did is Kabam gave me, I wouldn't even say they gave me hope. The only thing I have is hope that there is a chance that he'll get buffed, and it might be that buff will make him good. It's not even guaranteed. Lately the buffs that Kabam has been putting out have been really great. They've taken some awful champions and made them not necessarily god tiers, but they've made them usable champions. But there have been a couple that, well, they haven't been flops. They aren't as good as the others, and they're not the buffs that you need in order to complete endgame content, for example. So, if I'm lucky, this 6-star War Machine, a year from now, might get buffed and might suddenly become the best character in the game. Maybe. Might happen. That's the point. I was crushed. Getting this 6-star trash can sucked. So there's just no good way to target champions of this. So, like I said, the dual class crystals are a good thing. They're a step in the right direction. But as we step into the 200 champion range and beyond, because it doesn't seem like this game is really slowing down at any time soon, we need some sort of alternate solution. And that was one thing that Brian said kind of towards the end of his video, was saying, he's open to hearing, he's not sure if necessarily if a 6-star featured arena is the way to go, because trying to grind for that would be insane, to be honest. Something I could never fathom doing myself. Actually, for myself personally, and again, the 6 years I've been playing this game, I've only ever gotten a champion from an arena twice. In 6 years. 3-star Rhino, again, I've been around for a long time, 3-star Rhino, which was a 1-day arena as well. That point will be important in a second here. 3-star Rhino and a 3-star Yellow Jacket, who I got on his 4th time in the arena. For some reason, his release was a little weird. Instead of the usual 2 weeks of arena, or 2 arena chances, whatever you want to call it, 2 times in arena upon his initial release, he had 4 for some reason. It was really weird. But yeah, I grinded both in the third and fourth time around and finally got the 3-star yellow jacket, just barely, even at that. So I'm not an arena grinder at all. So another arena isn't going to do too much for me. I mean, I love the fact also now you can get basically free 3-star feature champions in the arena. I think that's great. That's also another step in the right direction. You can directly target a specific champion that you want, but it's a 3-star. And these days, 3 stars mean squat, honestly. There's no way you're taking a 3-star into endgame content. It's for trophy reasons, that's really it, and for newer players. But for the endgame players, that means nothing. So, like Brian was saying, like a 6-star arena might not be the way to go. Like a featured 6-star arena might not be the way to go, but he's open to hearing other ideas. Or like if Kabam comes up with some other alternative or some other idea around this, he's open to hearing about it. And that got me thinking. So while this is not an idea necessarily for a 6-star featured arena, I think for new characters, we got to come up with some other solution. But with the issue of just trying to get characters that have been around since the beginning of the game. Like I said, I don't have a 4-star, here, I'll show you. I don't have a 4-star OG Iron Man, and he's been around since the beginning of the game. And I've opened thousands of crystals. So what's a way that we can target these champions? Well, what if we go way back in the day, and this is why I said that 1-star, the point of that 1-star arena is going to come up. What if we had something like that again? What if we had some sort of special solo arena or just a 1-day arena that is just for one specific champ? Say it's a ghost or whatever. And instead of the regular arena where it's like you got to you're competing against other people to get placements or whatnot. What if this is just you and you got to get milestones? We've done this before. Recently there was, I can't remember when it was exactly. Was it October? I think it was October. Yeah, because it was around Cosmic Ghost Rider's release. There was that special arena where we were able to get shards. It was kind of had like a punish. I can't remember the name of it. If you can remember, let me know in the comments. It had like basically like Punisher's logo kind of on the front of it. It was like a trial of punishment or something like that. Hopefully you remember, you know what I'm talking about. But that was just you playing arena, completing, getting to milestone rewards, and you got that. You weren't competing against anybody else. You were just trying to get rewards. So what if we had an arena like that lasted 24 hours or something like that, and all you had to do was just you're trying to get to different milestones, and those milestones would give you specific champs. Now, I'm not saying this could be something for feature. This is what I'm saying. It wouldn't work for new champions, I don't think, because trying to just doing a solo grind to get a featured 6-star. I know Kabam's not going to go for that. But for older champions, what if you had 24 hours to get as many points as you can, and at X amount of points you get a 3-star. Who did we say we were going with? I forget. Let's go with Ghost. So at so many points you get a 3-star Ghost. Next milestone is a 4-star Ghost. Maybe we'll go even as high as, say, a 5-star Ghost. But getting a 5-star Ghost is a challenge. You have to commit to that 1 day, probably, to get that 5-star Ghost, or you have to play your champions correctly. There's got to be some sort of strategy element to it. But essentially, in that 1 day grind, you can get the champion that you want. Like, I would love to get a 4-star Ghost for my collection and whatnot, plus also that's something I could actually use. So something like that would be awesome, because also the issue is with the current arena is it's a 3-day grind. And if you're like me, you can't afford to do a 3-day grind. I have school, I have classes, I have homework, other people have work. Not everybody can afford to do a 3-day grind. For those of you who can, I envy you. I don't know how you do it, but that's not something everybody can do. So what if it's just 1 day, or every day or whatever, it's a different champion. That way also we'll go through more champions more quickly. Either that, or instead of that, it spans more than 3 days. Or say it is a 3-day arena. And again, it's not you have to play for the entire 3 days. If you can only play for one of those days, you could complete those milestones in that one day if you needed to. Like that, again, that punishment arena I was talking about before. You know, it was on for, I think it was like 7 days, but if you played it correctly, you could do it in a couple hours. Like that's just how it worked. And for someone like me, that was great. I wasn't pressured to get it done at any particular time. I could just do it when I wanted to. And, you know, because that way, if people have, say, like Alliance War they gotta go do, you know, they gotta take time out of their arena grind to do that, there's no extra pressure, is basically the point here. And yeah, you can go for a specific champion. You can get the three, you know, you get the higher tier champion based on how many points you get, you know, 3, 4, 5 star. I think 6 stars are out of it. That's not something to start off with. But say the ultimate goal could be a 5-star champion. Now, the trade-off being is that if you choose to go for this arena, you can't go for the other arena. You know, like your champions are on reset. That's normal. And then also the other trade-off could be is that there's no other milestones in between. It's just 3-star, you know, it's just the 3-star, the 4-star, the 5-star. That's it. There's no like units or anything like that. That could be, you know, there could be arguments made for that. But you know, maybe that's the trade-off. But you do get to target a specific champion. So again, someone who knows, someone at Kabam, you know, you can, maybe this will spark something in you, and you can take this and take my jumble of words and, you know, form it into an actual thing that will work. You know, I'd love to help if there's any way that I can, you know, or if you need me to explain anything, you know, let me know. Also, Brian, if you're happen to watch, if you happen to watch this, I know English. If you happen to watch this, hi, welcome to my channel. I'd be very curious to know what your thoughts are on this idea. You know, again, someone with a lot more knowledge about the game than I do, again, would love to hear your thoughts on it. You know, maybe we can get some sort of discussion going. We do have access to, or we do have connections with people at Kabam. Maybe this is something, again, we can get a discussion going. I don't know. I know I'm not the one to lead this said discussion, but maybe I can get us started, kind of thing. So here's one idea. If anybody else has any other ideas, let me know in the comments. Again, I have connections to Kabam. We can try passing on ideas, maybe. If this is something that Kabam says, hey, we're open to, what do you guys got? It's something we could potentially talk about. So yeah, if you have any ideas, drop them down in the comments. I'm gonna double check my notes here. I don't think I have yeah, I don't think I have anything anything left to go over. I've been talking too long. My mouth is starting to not work, but hopefully just that makes sense, is basically just what I'm trying to get across. This is not something that you're suddenly gonna, like, my idea is not something you're probably gonna see in the game at any point in time, but maybe this can, again, just give someone who can do that, who can come up with a good idea, you know, maybe this will get them thinking. But I'm gonna stop rambling now. This video was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. If you did stick around, thank you. I do greatly appreciate it. And yeah, again, I'm curious to see what other people think. This is a very impromptu video, so yeah, this is pretty much all I got. So I'm just excuse me, I'm just gonna say thank you all so very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. I don't have a proper outro, just bye.